3, 2, 1. Welcome back to Situation X Review. It is the Dragon Ball Daima review, and I am by myself. The analyst is not here. He has gone on a mission to the trenches, and I'm basically here by myself, but episode 10 has just dropped, and I gotta react, I gotta share my thoughts, so please like, subscribe, watch the other videos on our channel, please comment below, help the algorithm. We're on a journey, I believe Situation X Review is on a journey, and that it will grow, so I hope you're with me on the journey. But yeah, episode 10 just dropped, and for me, this has been the best episode so far. 100% the best episode so far. I think it was episode 7, or episode 8, the episode where he was fighting, where Goku had his fight. That was a good episode. But in terms of the information that has been dropped and all of the other moving parts, I think this is personally, for me, this has been the best episode so far. So what we see at the beginning of the episode is this Majin Q creature. I don't know what this thing is. This Majin Q creature is fighting the first Tamagami. Now, as we said in the last episode, this Majin Q is ugly. And I will continually say it. This Majin Q is ugly. I don't know who came up with the design. I don't know if they've done it on purpose, but this character looks ugly. He even fights ugly. Like, he fights kind of like Majin Buu, but it's some weird, like, reptile. He's scurrying on the floor like a lizard or something like that. Like, it's just an ugly creature. I think they've done it on purpose, to be honest. I think they made him a joke man on purpose. Because if you look at, the interaction with his boss, which is Anisu, we realize that he is kind of a joke man. But yeah, he's basically fighting, and then alongside, we're seeing, obviously, Goku's journey. Not too much actually happens. Like, they basically are just going from the third demon realm to the second demon realm, and they link up with Vegeta and Co. Obviously, they have that little incident with the fish. But in terms of what actually happened, not that much happened, really. I mean, you could say, if you're looking at it holistically, basically, they've moved from one area to another area. But the game we get, the dialogue of this episode, this is where now we are starting to get into the good part. For me, this is where we say, hey, this is actually a good episode. So, obviously, the Demon Realm, Dragon Ball Daima, they've added a lot of new features into the show, into canon. That Supreme Kai is a Glind. The Glinds come from the Demon Realm. They're born from trees. Now, we knew they were born from trees, but we thought it was a retcon, saying that they're from the Demon Realm, but now they're explaining it more. The Namekians are actually from the Demon Realm. Not anybody, but characters with pointy ears could be from the Demon Realm. Now, they basically put on some even more game, right? Because now we're trying to figure out. Essentially, what Shin said is that this character, Rymus, expanded the universe from the Demon Realm. So, essentially, the Demon Realm was first, and then the universe gets expanded by this Rymus. Now, the question is this Rymus Zeno? Because we know from Super that Zeno is supreme. Zeno is the most highest deity. We did not hear Gods of Destruction getting shook about Rymus. We know they shook about Zeno. Now, is Rymus Zeno? Is Rymus Zeno's father? Is Rymus Zeno's son? Like, what is Rymus? Is Rymus the Demon Realm version of Zeno? Because this Rymus is what appointed the Supreme Kais. This Rymus is what created the universes. And I'm pretty sure Zeno is said to create the universes as Super. So that's an interesting thing. Another thing, obviously, is a small retcon, but on this channel, we searching for every single retcon. Technically, they made a mistake because in Super, when Goku is introduced to the universes and Bulma and Vegeta and Piccolo were introduced to the universes, they were acting like they didn't know what it was. But technically, because Super is in the future, they would have now known the universes based on this explanation, because technically this has already happened in Super. So why would they act surprised about there being different universes in Super if in Daima, which is before Super on the timeline, they already know? But that's a small record, we'll let that slide. But yeah, lots of games, so that's an interesting question. So who is Rymus? Who is Rymus? Is Rymus Zeno, or is Rymus Zeno's father, or what is that? And it was some very interesting information. If you're a Dragon Ball fan, you love it when we drop game on the universe, Dragon Ball's not like Naruto, or it's not like other shows, like maybe AOT, where there's very in-depth, the universe is this, you've got these nations have these Kages, and the world is like very well explained, Dragon Ball's universe is big, but it's not well explained, it's kind of surface level. So when you get new information, as a Dragon Ball fan, you like it. You feel that appreciation. So I personally enjoyed that in this episode. That was some interesting game that they added to the episode. Obviously, we saw that Majin Q, that ugly creature, lost. So not only does he look ugly and he's a B-Tech Majin Buu, he's not even strong because he lost to the Tamagami. And yeah, he's just a B-Tech Buu. And then we saw Goku, just beating up the armies. One thing that I found funny in this episode is when I was seeing Kid Goku beat up all these characters, right? Kid Goku is beating up all these, the police force. It just reminded me of OG Dragon Ball when Goku is beating up the Red Ribbon Army. Like when Goku is a kid, you just know he's an army killer. Kid Goku is an army killer, is undisputed. But it was a very good episode. It was a good episode. For me, it was my favorite episode so far. Tell me your thoughts, tell me your opinions. In terms of predictions I have for the future, it's now interesting because now I'm trying to figure out who's going to be the final villain, Majin Q was going to be the final villain, but he's a bum, he's weak. The Tamagamis, I thought were going to be the final villain, but then Goku's already beating them up, unless the Tamagamis get stronger as they progress, but Tamagami 1 didn't look that special. So I don't know who the final villain is, and we still have the fusion bugs, so we know that there's a likelihood of Goku and Vegeta probably fusing. It won't be Vegito, it won't be Gogeta, but Goku and Vegeta will fuse. So first off, what is the fusion going to be? That's interesting. But also, who will they need to fuse for? Because Goku has already beaten up a Tamagami comfortably, and Majin Q looks weak. So who would they have to fuse for? Is it going to be the king? I forgot his name, King Darius. But then King Darius is scared of Goku. So who is going to be the person that they fuse? Or are we just all pursuing there's going to be a fusion and there won't be a fusion? That's some very interesting information, but we will find out. Please again, hit the like, subscribe, please join the channel. I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, drop a comment below. Tell us things you think, your predictions, what you think is going to happen in the show. But yeah, enjoy it. Thank you. See you guys later.